Hi there and welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Steven. Thank you so much for tuning in. August 29th marked a very important date in rock and roll history. It was the 35th anniversary of the release of the Rolling Stones' 21st studio album, Steel Wheels. If anybody was around during the 80s, the Rolling Stones were in a turbulent time. The Glimmer twins of Jagger and Richards were in a heated battle. They weren't in agreement on anything. I think they were too long together, and things kind of blew up during the making of their 86 album Dirty Works. It became so bad that they kind of made solo albums, and they said the Stones are on hiatus. And I think a lot of people, including myself at the time, thought that the Stones are over. I mean, they were taking jabs at each other. It was really bad. But luckily for us, the boys kind of saw that this long-lasting relationship is worth salvaging, and they have this chemistry together. They can write some great tracks. And in early 88 they went to Barbados and constructed some songs that would lead to this album. Overall, I'm going to say it's much better than Dirty Work. I don't think anybody will dispute that. Is this a classic Stones album? No. Is it a good Stones album? Yes. I think there's a lot of good songs on here. I really like Sad Sad Sad, the album opener. Mixed Emotions, I think that was the first single. Hearts for Sale is a great song. Blinded by Love is a nice song too. Rockin' a Hard Place is one of my favorites. It's always on my playlists. Slipping Away from Keith Richards, a nice little song from him. And Almost to Your Side is a nice ballad. Overall, it's a great album. The only one I have a hard time is Continental Drift, although in retrospect I see they made this in dedication to their a deceased co-founding member, Brian Jones. He recorded with that group. What are they called? They were called the Masters Musicians of Jujuka. If I'm saying that wrong, forgive me. It was on a 1968 album from Brian Jones. So it's kind of like a dedication to him. The song itself I'm not crazy about, but it does offer a sense of variety to this album, because this is where the Stones kind of become a rock band, that larger than life rock band. The tours started getting massive and big, and they were gigantic money makers. They had hits on the radio stations, video stations everywhere. This was the album that kind of turned that around, because after Tattoo You they kind of struggled with their image and with the singles coming out. This is where they kind of got re-injuvenated. They know who they are, but they know that's a different time. The only thing is perhaps their songwriting is not as strong as their enthusiasm for their return. Like I said, but in no means am I saying this is a bad album. I'm just saying it's not a classic Stones album, but it is a solid record on its own. So if you're looking for something other, or seeing where, if you have their last album, Hackney Diamonds, where this kind of sound originated, it's here. This is the starting point, or the turning point of where the Rolling Stones became a hard rock band, and this is where it begins. So do yourself a favor. If you want to hear something else from the guys, give this a spin and let me know what you think. Pass this along to any Stones fans who might get a kick out of this. Hit the like button and subscribe. We definitely would like to hear from you. Let me know, do you have this album? Have you heard of this album? Do you remember the big hoopla when they did the solo records and there was the jabbing and they were making fun of each other and it got really vicious? Let me know if you remember this. I was there and I thought the Stones were over after Dirty Works, but luckily for us they continued. They made some decent albums, and kudos to them for continuing. You let me know what you think of this album. I'd love to hear if you have any favorite tracks. Let me know. We'd love to hear from you. This is Steven from the Aroundtable, celebrating 35 years of Steel Wheels from the Rolling Stones.